By 1937, had coached his club to a 9-1 record, the league's best. That meant another NFL title game, this time against Sammy Baugh and the Washington Redskins.
In their tradition, boasted a pair of fierce fullbacks, Bronco Nagurski and Jack Manders.
Long touchdown passes in the third quarter, 78-yarder and a 55-yarder. In all the years since, only one other receiver has caught 2 touchdown passes of 50 or more yards in an NFL Championship game.
Needing a touchdown to win, Baugh sends a long one to Wayne Milner. He collects it and skims along the frozen turf. And the Redskins win the 1937 World Championship.
The nation's capital reveled in its first NFL title.
Sammy Baugh makes a pass from the end zone, and it hits the goalpost. And at that time, the rule in the NFL was if a pass out of the end zone hit the goalpost, it was a safety.
Cleveland's ace Bob Waterfield takes to the air, hits Jim Benton on the 12-yard line, and he goes over to give Cleveland an 8-7 lead.
Waterfield, during a point-after touchdown, his ball hits the bar and dribbles over, so the extra point is good. And those 2 plays were the difference.
Waterfield pouring hot pee despite the sub-zero weather. Fires a long one to Gillette. He skids into the glacier known as the goal to clinch the game.
Rams put the title on ice 15-14.
Newman took the snap from center, handed it right back to Hine, then turned around and fell down as though covering a fumble.
Mel Hine stuck the ball under his shirt and started walking down the field.
He'd probably be walking yet, except he got excited and started to run.
Keith Molesworth was a defensive halfback for the Bears, and I thought something was strange. He said it looked like Mel Hine was pregnant. He said, I wouldn't have done anything if he hadn't started to run. When he started to run, I just automatically tackled him. Handed off to Bronco Nagurski, who charged as if he was going to run into the line of scrimmage, but then pulled up, threw a jump pass to Bill Hewitt. Hewitt, another All-Pro and future Hall of Famer who routinely played without his helmet, caught the pass and was about to be tackled when he lateraled back to Bill Carr, who then went on to score the touchdown.
Threw a pass to Red Bellinger, and Mel Hine was coming alongside of him, get in position for a lateral if he had to, and Red Granger's on defense. He saw that what was coming, and instead of tackling low, he tackled high and pinned his arms to it so he couldn't get the ball away.
George Halas said later it was the best defensive play he'd ever seen in his entire career.
The Bears were world champs. Again, even more important for the NFL, the game captured the country's imagination.
Again, Van Brocklin goes back and looks for McDonald. Tommy's open on the 7 to take Van Brocklin's pass into the end zone for the first touchdown of the game. Max McGee slanting into the end zone for a Green Bay touchdown. Outside in a hurry, and Booth's block helps Dean dive into pay dirt. The Philadelphia fans give Dean, a hometown boy, a standing ovation. He throws a short pass to Jim Taylor. Taylor brings the crowd to its feet as he nearly gets loose, but Chuck Bednarik grabs him on the 10, and that's the end of the line. The Philadelphia Eagles have won the World Championship of Professional Football with the same come-from-behind heroics that earned them their conference title.
We were down 14-0 before we ever touched the football on offense. They drove 80 yards and scored. Elijah Pitts scored a touchdown to put them up 7-0, and they kicked off to us. Mel Renfro got hit, fumbled the ball, and Jim Grabowski picked it up and ran in for a touchdown, and all of a sudden we're down 14-0.
The key to the Cowboys' charge of the first quarter was the running of Don Perkins, and his powerful burst near the end of the period brought Dallas all the way back. Prospered. Led by Bart Starr, they abandoned their conservative ways, displaying a flamboyant passing game that produced 4 touchdowns.
Third down and long yardage situation again. He's in to throw, lofts a soft pass way downfield, complete for a touchdown.
We could shut the Cowboys down, and 34-20 is a big lead for the Packers, whether it's an exhibition game, regular season, or championship game.
A long, long, long one, and it is complete to Frank Clark. And Clark takes it into the end zone for the touchdown. Meredith, as he attempted to throw that pass, it was intercepted in the end zone by Tom Brown, and the Packers have just taken the championship.
Quarterback Otto Graham fades the pass. He's rushed, hit, and fumbles. Detroit's Lester Bigeman dives on the ball on Cleveland's 12-yard line. Lay number 22 under center. He hands off to Doak Walker, and Walker bangs into the end zone with the first score in the game. This Cleveland team is fired up now, and they open a gaping hole for Harry Jagady, who runs through the Detroit line and into the end zone. Cleveland is stopped cold at the Detroit 35, where Groza ties a playoff game record by attempting his 4th field goal that's good. Groza's 3rd successful field goal of the day gives the Browns a 16-10 lead with 4 minutes and 10 seconds left to play. Lane's going all the way on this one. He has a man open. It's Jimmy Dorn, and he grabs it for a sensational touchdown. With the game deadlocked at 16-all, Doak Walker slams the ball through the uprights to break the tie and put Detroit on top, 17-16. Cleveland quarterback Otto Graham runs into trouble. Graham's pass is intended for Dub Jones. But it's intercepted by Detroit's Carl Kurilovats. Kurilovats races back to the Browns' 6-yard line. The game ends with the Detroit Lions successfully defending their title of world champions of professional football by turning back the Cleveland Browns in a thrilling, hard-fought 17-16 battle.
Signals, and he gives the ball to Dick Horner, number 31. Horner smashes through for the touchdown. Next play, Otto Graham calling signals. Graham moves off from behind the center. Doesn't even fake. He's following Carpenter. Carpenter throws a key block. Graham throws a fine pass. Dub Jones is moving for the ball, catches on the 3, and rambles into the end zone for the tally. And the Browns go out in front for the first time in the ball game, 9-7. The Browns on offense. Graham steps back to pass. But the Rams, Larry Flink roars in from left end. Hits Otto. The ball pops out of his hands. It's picked up by Robustelli. He fumbles, picks it up for the bounce. And Robustelli moves all the way down to the Cleveland goal before he... This is Rams team. That's Neal giving the ball again to Towler. And Towler rushes into the end zone for the touchdown. Graham calling signals. The whole crowd standing. The ball is given to Ken Carpenter. He scores! And now the score is 17-16. The play of the year in postgraduate football. Norman Van Brocklin goes back. Arches a long, fine, high, spiraling pass far downfield. Tom Fears makes a great catch on the dead run and goes all the way to score for Los Angeles. A 72-yard touchdown play. The lateral pass out to Ken Carpenter. Carpenter runs to his right and throws a forward pass down to Lavelli, but it's incomplete. And there's the gun, ending the ball game and making the Los Angeles Rams the world champions of 1951. Final score, the Los Angeles Rams 24, Browns 17. So you've seen the making of a new Major League Football champion.
Starr pumps one up the middle, the pass is complete to Dowler for the touchdown in the end zone. And the Green Bay Packers draw first blood. Starr fakes a handoff, back to throw, fires a long one. It is complete to Boyd Dowler. He'll go into the end zone for the touchdown. And drops back to pass, standing at the 20. Being chased by Andre. Being chased and driven, the ball fumble, picked up by Andre to the 5. He goes into the end zone for a touchdown. Meredith pitches out to Reeves, coming around left side, the halfback fans downfield. There's Renzel at the 20, Renzel to the 10, Renzel to the 5. He scores. Starr begins the count. Takes the snap. He has the quarterback sneak and he's into the touchdown of the Packers are out in front. 13 seconds showing on the clock, and the Green Bay Packers are going to be NFL champions for the 3rd straight year. People pouring out of the stand. We're going to have a problem kicking this extra point.
Amici puts down his head and bangs over for the touchdown. Both blockers build a fence around Unitas as he cocks his arm. Berry is loose in the end zone. Touchdown, Baltimore. 4th and 1. The Colts won't settle for a field goal. It's a quick pitch out to Amici. Cliff Livingston streaks in to cut him down for a 4-yard loss, and the Giants hold. Connerly gambles and goes for the long play. Kyle Rote, usually a short receiver, is way upfield to take the ball and break away from his defenders. Andy Nelson and Ray Brown land on him like a ton of bricks, and Rote fumbles. Alex Webster races in to pick up the ball and carry to the 1 on an 86-yard play. The Giants are determined to see the other side of that goal line. Mel Triplett blasts into the Colts with all his might. The referee's arms go up, and the Giants have scored their first touchdown. First down, and Connolly comes back to throw for the fired-up Giants. Frank Gifford takes it on the run and manages to stay inbounds as he fights past Milt Davis. Touchdown, Giants! The whole complexion of this game has changed. New York now leads 17-14, and it's the Colts who must come from behind. The Colts don't even huddle. Steve Myra rushes onto the field. The ball is snapped. Myra kicks. It's good! Baltimore ties it up with only 4 or 5 seconds to spare. There's no time for the Giants to retaliate. And this heart-stopping struggle goes into a sudden death overtime period. The first in the history of champions. The Colts are calling on their whole bag of tricks. With 2 men flanked wide, Unitas flips a swing pass to Amici. Unitas and company are not to be stopped. Unitas refuses to let go of the ball until he sees Barry break loose. Then he's right on target as Baltimore moves all the way to the Giants' 43. Unitas comes up with an inspired call. It's a trap, and it provides a huge hole for Alan Amici. The horse gallops through and thunders for 23 yards. Let's watch again the play that made the Colts the world champions of football. The Colts clean everything out of the way, and Amici bounces on the touchdown turf as his delirious fans close in. This was a pitched battle every inch of the way between 2 real championship teams, and it was not until the final seconds that either was able to establish clear superiority.
Quarterback Bob Waterfield on the first play from scrimmage on a very slippery field hoisted a pass to Glenn Davis, the Army All-American. Davis outraced the Browns to ring up a score in the first 25 seconds, and certainly the ease with which the Rams had scored caused more than just a few of the fans to wonder what the final scoreboard would read. But Otto Graham proved that he was not taking a back seat to Waterfield. Otto fired a perfect pass to Dub Jones in the end zone. The Dubber gathered it in, and the Browns' rooters really cut loose with the acclaim that such a performance merited. The driving force that won him acclaim as a great fullback dug his way into the end zone to put the Rams right back into the lead. Then Graham faded back through to Lavelli. And Dowdy on a Z-in pattern loped into the end zone to put the Browns within 1 point of a tie. Early in the third quarter, Graham, giving one of his great exhibitions, fired another perfect pass to Lavelli. The timing was so perfect that Dowdy crossed in front of the defensive back, took the pass without losing a step, and was in the end zone for a score to put the Browns back in front 20-14. But the Rams bounced right back. Fullback Dick Horner pulled over from the Browns' 1-yard line, and the Rams were back in the lead 21-20. Gillum threw a great block. Motley started around the end, was trapped near the sideline, reversed his field, ran into a host of tacklers, slipped, lost the ball, and the Rams' left end, Larry Brink, scooped it up, gave the Rams a tainted touchdown, but a lead of some 8 points, 28-20. Graham uncorked another dazzling pass, and Rex Bumgardner thrilled the excited crowd to the fever point with a tremendous catch that enabled the Browns to move within 1 point of the Rams to 27. Graham faded back to pass, seeing his receivers covered, tried to pick his way forward, and ran 11 yards before being hauled down on his own 47. Graham still went to the air, lofted another aerial. Dub Jones was there to get it, and the Browns had the ball on the Rams' 22 with 55 seconds remaining in the game. Seconds, precious seconds, kept ticking off. Graham passed to Bumgardner on the Rams' 11. The Browns had a first down, and with 45 seconds remaining, Otto moved the ball over on a sneak in a position for a field goal attempt.
Rosa will attempt a field goal. It'll be 15 yards. He puts the ball. It's up in the air. It's gone! It's gone! It's gone!
Yes, these are the sounds of people, the people of Cleveland and Ohio, who had watched the Browns supply the answer to all the questions.